Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Anton Wheeler, Voice of the People United Community Forum. I'm blessed to be back in the saddle of doing interviews again. Something that I love to do. It's a hobby of mine. And just to bring some information to the community about what's going on and about the people who look to serve it. Tonight, I'm fortunate to be joined by McCoy, James Jimmy McCoy, the real deal McCoy, who's running for West Ward Councilperson in the upcoming May 2026 Newark Municipal Elections. So we're gonna have an interesting conversation. I have a few questions that I'm gonna ask them. And if you feel the need to ask him some questions, you can leave them in the comment section. And I'm sure he would love to get answer some of those questions if you present them. But if not, this isn't going to be our first time communicating. We are going to do a segment now and a segment towards the end of April, probably the week before the elections. So without further ado, what I would like to do is bring on James Jimmy McCoy.
Anton, hello. How you doing? How you doing, my brother?
Oh man, God bless you, man. How's everything with you?
Good. Long time, my brother. Long time.
Long time, man. Listen, I tell people this all the time, and in all fairness, like even wanting to talk to you. I don't know if you remember a long time ago from your time in the South Ward near Elizabeth Avenue and your time in the West Ward near 18th Avenue, South Orange Avenue, whatever, man. Like you were always a positive figure in my life, man. And one time or another, you saved my life by, telling me to get out of here. So, uh, I've always known you to be a career law enforcement officer. Um, and in that vein, I mean, my first question to you is, man, why politics? What made you want to take the leap, man, and really get into this foray of elected leadership when you've already served your community?
Anton, you know what? That's a good question. That's a great question. The reason why I chose this time, well, I always wanted to be in politics. Let's get that out the way. I always been part of politics, family members, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But at this particular time, when I retired, what happened was I just saw the disgusting way in which the Newark has been going and how it's the policies and the facade. I'm like, wait a minute, the people deserve better. So
Mm-hmm.
so I'm still retired and I'm still getting phone calls from people in the ward, people over the city. Yo, Jimmy, can you help me out with this? Yo, Jimmy, McCoy, this was going on. And at that same time, still obligated to duty. You don't because you don't lose after 30 years. Oh, let me. Oh yeah, I'm Jim McCoy, guys, and I've been law enforcement for over 30 years. I'm also a commissioned officer with the United States Army, uh, from infantry to training to pretty much you name it. Um, uh, I own businesses in Newark as well. Um, you guys may be familiar with A&R Lounge. I had owned that at one time. Um, Organizations, Masons, Omega Psi Phi, Men Achieving Change, Black Men Making a Difference. I was a part of NAACP. I was a part of all the other certain type of organizations, even the Bronze Shield. But like I said, I'll go through that story later on. Politics. What I found was that a lot of the politicians don't even understand they are still working on the old slave masters playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now let me explain that a little bit. When you look at what the rules and how the rules were set, was it set by us? So the slave masters pretty much set the rules and structure. So the politicians of today are still following that same playbook. That understanding keeping us subservient, oppressed, kind of separated. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to separate the Hispanics against blacks. We was never really separated. We was always treated as brothers and sisters. Even with Portuguese and other nationalities, always it was an open door. As far as why politics now, I think more so than ever it needs to be done now, because right now I don't think the city really know or see what's really about to come down the pipe. You see prices are going up like crazy. You see things are becoming smaller, but we're paying more. And even with the city of Newark, you see the facade. You know, and the thing with me, I know the behind the scenes stuff. I know how to connect the dots. I know who the people are to make things happen. And we have so many people in the city of Newark that can make this thing better. If people don't see that we are off the track right now, then I can't even tell them. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we're blind, and it's like the blind leading the blind, but we're still doing the same thing over and over again. Like I said, you know me. I don't put down another brother just to try to make myself look good. That's not my style. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, we move from being a whole collective to only a select few that's really moving ahead. Because here in Newark right now, everything is stagnant and everything is going up. I never asked for the seat at the table, but I damn sure don't want to be the menu on the table.
Mm. Well, let me ask you this, Jimmy, because your response to my first question actually leads into the second one, and you've given some information on that. So, what makes you uniquely qualified to replace the current West Ward Council person?
Oh my God, bro. What makes me uniquely qualified is one my experience, military officer, leadership, training, management, um, dealing with people day to day, dealing with divisions, uh, operational support, knowing how to connect the dots, knowing how to get the job done first and foremost, getting the job done, and because it shouldn't take because right now what Newark is doing, we're being reactive instead of proactive. We're not jumping in
Mm-hmm.
front of the ball. What I
Mm-hmm.
see too, and even with the kids, we're not even preparing them enough to say, "Hey, I want to be the next airline pilot, a helicopter pilot, the next guy who repair drones or make my own drone." We're not even preparing them for that next level. It's like hurry up and hurry up and get out of school and go do what you need to do. So what makes me uniquely, I see the problems. I I know how to fix them.
Okay, so now let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
based off of that response, as West Ward Councilman, what would be your immediate priorities to better the ward?
Immediate priority. Immediate priority is do a complete audit, because there's a lot of talk about the budget and the unstableness of the budget right now. And so certain people are saying certain numbers, other people are showing other numbers, and I'm, not to mention anybody's name, but certain people have documentation from Trenton that what Newark has supplied.
Mm-hmm.
So with that documentation being seen by me, I'm apt to say, wow, we need to do a real audit, a forensic audit, so that we can really get down to the real bottom of where's this money, because there's a lot of money that's unaccounted for. Now, whereas you're looking at placing things that where, for me, I believe quality of life is not just uh, going to the corner getting harassed or getting accosted by someone begging for change, or someone trying to take something from you, or someone trying to take an old lady sandwich when they come out the corner store. That's not quality of life for me. You know, so that's one of the things I would fix. I would definitely crack down. I'm a crime fighter by nature. I know how to identify. I know how to talk to people. I know how to get guys to do, people to do certain things that they probably don't want to do, but they have to do. We got to get right, and we have to understand that we are all in this together, and we got to work together. And I see that a lot of us had gone separate ways, total separate ways. Some people going to do for self, and no matter what. But at the end of the day, you come back to the same old thing. As a law enforcement officer, I still stayed in the hood. I still stayed in my neighborhood. You know, the good thing about my hood is it became a neighborhood. So
Right.
we got,
Right.
you know what I mean? You got
Yeah.
neighbors looking out for each other. You got neighbors who, hey, how you doing? Hey, you know your front door is open? Yeah, hey, you know your windows open to your car? You getting phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, you know, I bought some. I grew some fruit in my. I brought some vegetables in my. I grew some vegetables in my yard. Hey, would you like some? Things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. Hey, you know what? I got some extra milk. I went to the store. It was on sale. Here you go. The neighborhood thing to do, like going back in the days, like
All right.
when our parents grew up.
I
You
got you.
know,
I got you.
I miss
So
that,
now,
bro.
all
Go
right.
ahead.
So
I'm
now,
sorry.
when we talk about this, idea of community, which you just so eloquently described.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Do you think we've had a greater sense of community? Because what I want to ask you is, do you believe the Barack administration has been better for Newark and a conceptualization of community over the almost past 12 years?
Conceptually,
Mm-hmm.
you have to look at the optics of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like, wow, we're building, we're growing, we're moving. Realistically,
Mm-hmm.
just things in which is so torn down, taken out, gotten rid of, that it's it's, I have to say, it's horrid. It's horrid. It's absolutely horrid.
Mm-hmm.
Policy Policies that don't really make sense. People who who are who could have fixed it are now gone, fired, laid off, or just chased away
Mm-hmm.
because, so quote unquote, they might have been whistleblowers.
Okay.
So to say the last 12 years is better, I'm gonna say if we have to do a report card, if you have to make it a report card, it would be a failing grade,
Okay.
because at
Um,
this point, Newark should not be still trying to grow. We should be thriving. If you go around, you look at Atlanta. You go around, you go to little small town, little smaller towns that look like they're doing better than Newark. You look at downtown Newark today. Oh my God, it's, you know what,
hey, I
you
got you. I'm pretty
bruh,
sure that New York residents understand, man. I'm
bruh.
pretty sure New York residents understand. I appreciate you taking this time to come on the show, man, and really let the West Ward residents know what it is you're thinking and you're feeling. So as a ward council person, you are one vote. Who do you support in the current field of candidates running at large, other
Ooh,
wards, and for
ooh.
mayor that
Oh,
you believe will help you deliver for the residents of the West Ward?
oh man. So let me start off with
It's cool. You
uh
don't have to say anything, man. You don't,
I
I,
got him. I got him. Hey, hey, you know I am. I gotta say it. I got him. You gonna put me in? I'm in the pot boiling right now. So 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 I had to look at Gail Cheney Field.
Mm,
I had to look at Gail Cheney Field for the West,
for
only
the central,
because
for the
for Central.
central.
I'm sorry, for the Central. I apologize. Gail Cheney Field for the Central. The reason why that to bring back there's certain knowledge that that lady has that can help fix the situation.
Mm, mm.
If I answer any further, people gonna be mad at me. People,
Okay, all right, all right. Let it be. Let it be.
bro.
Listen, unfortunately, that answer is good enough for me. So,
Thank you.
moving right along. I started out earlier, asking you this, because I dabbed into a little bit of your law enforcement credentials and background. You were a career law enforcement officer. What ideas do you have that you feel you can deal with the issues of crime in the West Ward?
Oh, bro. All right, that's nice. Thank you. That's a nice question. The idea that I have is simple. You remember how we used to have a explore program
Yeah.
back in the day, and either it was for business, law enforcement, or even some type of service related thing. So you went to course after school. You went to explore. It was like computers, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
You you have to look at programs, especially for the kids, for the young men and young women. The programs in which will help them identify what they really want to be. Because right this time, they're all over the place. I like this. I like that. I like this. I want to be a hairdresser. I want to do nails. You know. But now I understand. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a firefighter. One kid say, "Hey, I want to be a licensed pharmacist." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Yo, license is great." One young one young lady told me that she wants to be a brain surgeon, bruh. That put a smile to my face, and I believe that programs, after school programs, tutoring programs, home programs, and whereas the bronze shield, what we used to do this is going back. We used to hold things like the POW after
Mm-hmm.
school. After school boxing for activity, martial arts. We had some good fighters that came out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, so I have to look at after school programs, things that will help funnel that, and local businesses can help facilitate a lot of those activities. Believe it or not.
Okay. All right. So, let me ask you this: what
But
decision or decisions cause you to say now is the time to run? I dabbled in that at the beginning of the introduction a
yeah,
little bit,
yeah,
but if you could go a little bit back, in a
okay,
little bit more in depth. I get, you said, our city is in shambles. I get that you said, there's time for a change. But what made you say that, I mean, I can't account for how you're living, but you're retired. You don't have to get up and do anything. You put 30 years into something
yeah.
that I'm hoping is paying you back in real time. You know what I'm saying? So, what made you say, "Oh
Well,
man, I got to get up and go to work again"?
yeah, and you know what? And that's just it. It's not really work. It's fixable.
Mm,
It's really fixable. And if you truly look at the West Ward, it's in crisis. You still got dilapidated systems, buildings, unsafe neighborhoods, financial ruin, instability, businesses and people and people, our people, and there's such poor quality of service. But most importantly, and the politicians, they eroded our trust, bro.
mm.
They eroded our trust.
Okay. Okay.
That's what made
Well,
me good. Because
all right.
sometimes somebody got to say, hey, oh, so one of the big bro got to come back in town. Yo, little bro, listen up. This is how it's gonna go down. We're gonna fix this before it gets even worse. Because like I said, more stuff is coming down the pipe. And they're not preparing the people for it. And they know it.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I hope I
No,
answered that question.
I think. I think you know, what I always concern myself about is, especially being able to, work for someone like Sharp James and understanding politics. And one of the things that he caused me to hone in on was, you got to be realistic. You got to be
Hmm.
realistic in what it is
Hmm.
you understand you're able to do, relative to what people perceive you are able to do. So, I'm grateful for your answer in that regard. And I want to ask you, I got a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
Um, at the end of the day, you're taking a very serious gamble, like I said to you earlier. You're coming out of retirement, and then, fortunately or unfortunately, you may win. And there are going to be some things that are expected of you. But my next question to you is, why should the West Ward bet on you to become the next West Ward councilman?
Oh, man, bro, you got some good ones, bro. You got some
I
zingers.
gotta be
Good,
fair, man.
good.
I gotta be fair.
Holy cow, man.
you
Oh,
know, it's a bet. You're
yeah,
asking someone
yeah,
to wager on
and you,
your experience and your leadership. So why Jimmy
bro,
McCoy?
yeah, bro, absolutely right. And thank you, bro. I know how to through those careers, I established a certain network. I established a connection with the county, the state, the feds, the municipalities, the directors,
Hmm.
and those relationships are harvested by good deeds. And when you look at today, the political climate today, the people have to decide what's best for the war.
Okay.
Competence and readiness. We need
Hmm.
that now. We need a
Hmm.
leader that is ready. Not the one, not a one. Not, I'm sorry. I'm not going to bash.
Hey
I'm not
man,
going to
this is
bash
an
anybody.
open conversation.
I,
You can speak, say what you need to say. If he wanted to come
mm,
on and say what he need to say, he's more than welcome. But I'm
all
here
right,
for the people. So say what you need to the people, brother.
man. We need a leader who. We need a leader who is ready now.
Mhm.
Not just someday. Not just coming back from some concert and pretty much wondering what the hell happened, what's going on. You got blackouts and senior citizen
Did you say coming
homes.
back from a concert? What did you? I'm
Bruh,
sorry, brother. Go ahead, please. Please finish.
I'm sorry. You got to support a leader. So, bruh, support. If you're supporting a leader who's not ready, it's not. It's not loyalty. It's not
Right.
loyalty.
Okay.
It's a disservice.
Mm.
More
Mm.
importantly, it places the war in harm's way.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. I understand. And you know, Jimmy, for the past 20 years, I've been an educator.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, is part of my teaching philosophy, is, whatever I didn't get right with my own kids, I'm damn sure gonna get right with yours.
Yeah.
And, um, you know, education is a very sensitive issue to my heart, especially being in the system and really
Mm.
seeing where it is. And I know there's not much, a council person can do, but they can organize and have influence. What is it that you are prepared to do, especially with our schools in the West Ward, to make sure that we get some better results from our Board of Education, and then not do sweetheart deals like the $500 million 30 million lease, 30-year
Bro,
lease, where we
bro.
won't even own a building that wouldn't even they would be obsolete anyway. So, what are your thoughts about education in the city of Newark, particularly the West Ward, and what could we do to get parents more involved and engaged?
Okay, first of all, a $500 million building. Incredible. Wow. Wow. Anyway. For one, we got passed first of all, it's about legislation as a council person. And that
Mhm.
legislation, those laws, passing the laws for the budget, and addressing quality of life issues on safety, developing a West Ward. This my vision is this. I want to develop the West Ward into something other than what we see right now. You know, and what you see if you go on South Orange Ave. If I send my little nephew, my grandson I say, hey, go to the store for grandpa. And I live on South Orange Avenue. Even living on South Orange Avenue, just to let the boy go outside. Do, do you know you wondered, is he gonna be okay? Is he gonna be safe? These things are important to me. So the thing is, from Dover Street, South Orange Avenue, going down, we know how that is. And then going down toward Wells Fargo, we see how that is. But if we go up a little bit toward South Orange, it's like a night and day situation. Why is that?
Community mindset. I mean,
absolutely. And what we have out there is individuals who mindset is say, hey, they can't tell me nothing. Hey, 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 you got another nickel. So you got a nickel, so I can make a whole dollar to do what, bro? Right. To do what? So seriously.
Right.
But it's mindset. It's waking our people up. Like, hey, bro, you don't necessarily need that another drink. Hey, bro, there's the center we can go to. I tell you what, if I take you to the center, get you some help, and I'll give you $5 a day, as long as you stay in that center. Would you do it? You know how I do. You know how I do on the streets. You know. Everybody know that's me who I am. You know, some guys, hell yeah. I said, all right. Man, I tell you, the situation, what a lot of these politicians are not going to speak on, and I have to say, the underlying root. The underlying root is oppression, depression, and suppression. Because a lot of these individuals really gave up hope. Right. But now you got those individuals who have kids and families. And since they giving up hope, they're not giving hope to their kids. So allow me, people, to help be that hope for you again. To be that guiding light, to be that sunshine when it's storm. Let me be that voice for you. Believe me, I got the back for it. My back is strong. Trust me, I can carry the load.
I respect that. And my last question, and I don't know what your relationship is, but Brother Noble Milton, I don't know if you have a relationship, but he wanted to chime in and ask if I could bring him on. So I would bring him on definitely after we hung up. But I mean, if it's okay with you, do you mind him coming on for a few?
Yeah, you know what? Respectfully, let's do it. Let's see what his brother noble brother has to say.
All right. So hold on. Let me make sure he's here, because his interview is actually going to be tomorrow. I think I got to make sure connect with him later on in the day. This is our spring break. We're off for the week this week. So I'm glad that you were able to come on today. And I'm glad that you'll be coming on, at the end of the month, the week before the election. So I appreciate you and your time. But I got one last question before I bring Brother Noble on.
Yes.
What do you believe your duties are for the residents of Newark and the West Ward if elected council person?
Bro, you got some, bro. I'll tell you, you got some real good questions, bro.
Bro. Well, I call myself a journalist, so I can't.
First and foremost, as a council person, you are a legislator. You're a legislative body. So
that's right.
And you serve the people.
Okay.
Not self-interest. Not somebody. Not self-interest groups. Not self-interest trying to put money in your pocket to get ready for another situation.
I
Oh
respect that.
man,
I understand what
bro,
you're
bro.
saying.
But most importantly, man, I'm sorry, bro. I
Nah, go ahead,
apologize,
man. It's all right, man. It's all
but
right. Love is
but
love. We
but
having fun.
but as a council person, you're gonna be passing. There's laws in which you need to be passed.
Mhm.
Approving budgets. I don't know what
Right.
the hell is going on. I don't, and this 35-year tax abatement nonsense to companies that can afford who can afford it. And then when they approving these budgets with these guys, they're not even thinking about the rest of the area that surrounded it.
Right.
Listen, we just saved you a bunch of money. Here's our needs in the city. Can you facilitate that? If not,
Mhm.
no. Okay, no problem. But a 35-year tax abatement budget to a company that can afford it, you giving somebody else a generational wealth. Bottom line.
All right. Well, brother Jimmy,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
without further ado, I'm bringing him in.
Oh, Ellen Noble,
Hey,
how you doing?
What's going?
Anton, what's up there? What's up
Oh
there,
man,
Mr.
what's up,
McCoy?
beloved? What's going on, man?
Good, man. Good. How y'all doing?
Hey, I was
Good,
supposed
good.
to solidify with you for tomorrow, but I'm just glad you're here today. I mean, if you got a few minutes and you want to
Yeah,
chime
yeah, of course. Yeah, I gotta see
in,
who's. I gotta see who's new here. You know.
What's
Yeah.
going on? Man?
this has
There-
been
there-
excellent weekend for me, man. A bounce back show. I had Alex and Dan on yesterday. I was fortunate enough to have you today. Hopefully, Noble, you'll be able to come back tomorrow so we can
I'll
do
be there.
our 45-minute segment.
Check y'all out.
And while I got both of you here, man, listen, I have a very serious expectation for men running this election. And aside from us needing to stand up and do some things,
Mhm.
I really think it is time for us to put together our understanding and show the world that we truly have brains, and that
Oh, man.
brains that supports our people, not
Mhm.
disenfranchises our people.
Yep.
A brain that unites us and not
Mhm.
divides us because it's politically or financially beneficial for us. So,
Yes.
no, I got a list of questions for you for tomorrow. I'm
Yep.
going to email them to you. But what I would
Mhm.
like to do as we round out, I have, two extra questions while you
Mhm.
both are here.
Okay.
What do you see your position is in solidifying the legacy of Newark, New Jersey, whether mayor or on the council side, as a major northeastern U.S. city? Brother Noble, if you don't mind going first, I'm going to
Well,
ask that
yeah.
of
Tomorrow.
everybody that I interview. It doesn't matter, but I
Yeah.
want to know, what do you think your obligation is to solidify that Newark remains one of the most important northeastern cities in the United States?
Let me ask you. Well, what do you know about me right now? Like,
What I read.
I know,
So
but I mean,
you're a
if you had,
contractor, developer, things
yeah,
of that nature.
okay, but
You're
that's all.
passionate
That's.
about running for mayor.
Mhm.
And you believe that you have some experience that could change North for the better.
It's experience is one thing. It's great, and I do brag about my experience with infrastructure. With putting up working with light rails in the city of Newark, New Jersey Transit, working with Air Train, working with Port Authority. But the thing is what I pride myself in is innovation. Like I said, I was talking about my kids online. Like I put a statement out one time. Somebody gave me a hard time about because I said my kids are the smartest in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, you said
And
your kids are some of the smartest in New Jersey, and then you got criticized for
I got
saying,
credit. Oh, you follow this?
yeah,
Now I
yeah.
brought
Like I
the
said, I
receipts.
read,
I,
man.
I
Like I
said my
said, I
one
read.
son, my son was actually got the highest score. It's actually in the article. He's only one out of 75,000 students in the entire state to get a perfect score in the entry park exam.
Mhm.
His younger brother was valedictorian. My youngest is top 7% in New Jersey. And so I'm like, there's a and I love the fact that you're an educator. And you've been an educator for 20 years. My oldest son graduated Rutgers, was a calculus teacher at Technology High School.
Okay.
He officially informed me through his actions that teaching is the hardest occupation in this country. So I commend you for 20 years of what you've been doing. My son did it for a year and he couldn't do it any longer. So the man that you are, whoever you are, you got to be the man of steel, I guess, because my eyes were open to if my son never taught and I didn't see him come home in tears and hear every story, this is the truth. I would never have the respect for teachers that I do today. And if I didn't see it, if I didn't hear the story of him coming here and he's creating lesson plans, grading, working till 11 o'clock at night, trying to get things done for the next morning, day in and day out, working all weekend, grading again, repeat, I was just blown away. And I can understand now why our teachers were left the city, basically the city of Newark. We lost probably the most elite teachers I've ever seen leave our city and move to other jurisdictions and throughout New Jersey. And but I really wanted to at this time kind of focus on McCoy. But as far as for me, what would be how would I leave Newark as a legacy? Being said all that, teaching my kids how to think outside the box. Newark, when I become mayor, will be the most dominating manufacturing city in New Jersey. And it'll happen fast because I already see the money. I've been talking. I have one lady already is a bioceuticals company. She's gonna. I put on their Facebook. There's a press release. I already had Donna Jackson talk to her, speak to her about her plans for becoming if indeed I become mayor. Why? Because I will be the one to incentivize and to kind of control corporate tax regulations.
Well, all right. So Noble, let me hit you with something real quick.
Please.
That's a real overall issue. Jimmy, also too, I want you to weigh in a little bit. That's an overall issue with New Jersey. That's an overall issue why a lot of people, a lot of billionaires. I mean, New Jersey has a few billionaires and 100 millionaires that we could tout. But that issue you're talking about with regards to taxes, and Jimmy hit on it earlier with regards to abatements and things of that nature. Listen, man, like New Jersey is at this point, like I don't know who could afford to live here.
You can't, and we see big money. Big money is leaving it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So if you're saying that you want to, get into manufacturing and things of that nature, there are things you're going to have to do from your local level, if you were elected from your bully pulpit as mayor, to deal with Trenton and the federal government to try to ease up on some of these restrictions that causes businesses not to be able to function here. So how do both of you, and Noble, you go ahead because you brought it up, but how do both of you feel that you can deal with that?
Well, the biggest thing right now I'm going to tell you is you're not going to change Trenton. You're going to have to, whoever's coming in is going to have to work with the regulations and everything that's in place today. But when you are dealing with billions of dollars of industry, and you're kind of familiar with the tariffs, tariff war? You're familiar with the $20 billion of promised manufacturers coming back to America, and you may be aware of the $9 trillion of signed contracts coming back to America with a $1 trillion signed contract from Japan alone. Newark is doing zero to welcome this infrastructure. Right now we have 115 acres of city property. I think about 27 is allocated to low income development. Right. So let's just say 50 acres. We have 50 acres right now of city property that we can actually start developing and welcoming manufacturing. We don't even have to sell the property. We just need to prepare it and lease it. What is this? You have we're leasing property from, you just talked about that school, that $500 million school, 30-year lease. We're leasing, we're not even own it. And then when the project's built and done with, we still don't own it at the end. We don't even own the damn project. We don't own nothing. It just gives us the right to utilize the building for 30 years. That's all it is. Right. And it's a $500 million project. This is the idiocracy we're dealing with in our city. And we now found out that Ross Baraka had donors that are developers that obtained those contracts. That no bid contract. It's a very big. Remember that term, no bid contract. That means We could have brought that price way down, given the opportunity. We had other developers bid on that project.
Gotcha.
You just received a price from a developer out of the blue air because he's a contributor to one of your civic centers and charitable organizations. And if you hear me talk on the radio, I've been to enough Democratic and Republican, by the way, fundraisers, $5,000 plate golf outings, down at Weekway Park. You tell me, I've been there. And I'll tell you who the players are. And when you start seeing that, how perfectly corrupt all politicians are. And it's not the party, it's the game. Republicans and Democrats are all playing the same game with their civic centers that they own as they're running for office, as they are in office. Look at all the civic. Nobody did an audit on these. Nobody realizes the same developers that are paying to the donations to these civic centers are also the same ones that are obtaining contracts in our city.
Well,
You know,
you got to remember
Now, Milton, you got to slow down because certain things
I'm sorry.
it's almost like allegations.
Wait,
so you got to say allegedly. You got to say
Allegedly.
allegedly.
no, I'm not going to say allegedly. I'm not going to say it allegedly. I'm going to say factually. Factually.
Oh,
You got
man.
I know the name. I'm a contractor. You think I do? I know that we put
got
up a 100 unit
receipts.
building in Bergen Line, put up 42 units in West New York. I know the play. I know the same guys who put Bobby Gold Bars Menendez behind bars. I know. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey,
I know who they are.
I do.
Milk, hey, Noble, save
Yes.
something for our interview for the
I
moment.
got this is nothing. This is the groundwork for tomorrow.
Save some.
No,
tea
I got-
for tomorrow, man.
I got way more. I'm not even tapping into the heavy stuff yet.
Yo,
You know?
I guess
Jimmy.
this is a
Jimmy, you
precursor. Oh my God. I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in, bro.
So when I'm coming,
Holy
like I said, when I come into City Hall, I'm coming to flip tables over. I'm blowing up the whole system.
Man, look, man. Like
Yeah.
I thought I saw a putty can. I did. But Jimmy, you mentioned earlier in our discussion, and thank you for hanging out and sticking around.
Mhm.
You talked about the tax abatement issues and things of that
Mhm.
nature. And how they don't truly benefit Norkers. How would you change that? I mean, because I've always thought that maybe we go, instead of giving out 30, 35-year tax abatements, we do 10, 15 and then do a review process, with regards to how friendly you've been to, how your property has been kept up in the city. Two,
Yeah.
if it's a residential property, how good you've been to your residents. And then three, what reinvestments you made back into the city once you've gotten a particular tax break that may have netted you, $20 million or so. So, Jim, what do you believe needs to be done?
I believe that needs to be a total tax reform.
Take your mute button off.
Tax abatement. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah,
I
a
can.
complete tax abatement reform. Only because you have to look at some of these people who receive tax abatements owe the city. Still owes the city millions.
Mm.
So how does that happen? So we got to look at that, review it, look at the company itself, look at the especially if the companies, let's say we gave a tax abatement to hypothetically NCC, hypothetically, and they've been treating their people like crap. They've been treating the residents like third world citizens. Molded infiltration, moldedness, infestation of rodents, and nothing's being done. And we give this company 35-year tax abatement, and they owe tax, and they owe on taxes. What in the world are we thinking? What are we're thinking about our residents? What are we thinking about our people, our seniors? What if you have an uncle that lives there, a beloved family member, and these people are treating them allegedly like that, like this? So I would say recall that tax abatement. Look at what we gave them. Have them do and repair what needs to be done. At that same time, we're suspending that tax abatement until things get repaired and done. And if they owe taxes, taxes are caught up on.
Okay. All right. Noble,
Right.
what do you think? Noble.
For some reason, I can't hear a word he's saying.
Really?
No, I don't know why. Really, I'm confused. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
All right. So
I
we got
don't
a
know.
question on the
Yeah.
floor.
All right, so
You can hear me though, right, Jim?
All right, so
Yeah.
real quick, Felicia Austin Singleton says, "What would you guys do to make housing affordable for Newarkers?"
The biggest thing, first of all, is you have to look at waste.
Who time is it?
If we're wasting as a city $1 billion,
Hold on, wait. Jimmy, we're gonna let Noble go first, and then we come back to you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Noble.
Right now we have to eliminate waste. Our city is wasting across the board in every direction you can think of. Even from education wise, and we're not getting the investment, the return on investment that we're putting out. We have $1 billion municipal budget, and we're not getting nowhere near the return and nowhere near the help that people are needing. What we're doing is we're basically allowing people just to keep their head above water, where they're just barely breathing, and that's it. And they can't survive. And then now we priced out everybody out of the city. We have even what they call low income housing is not affordable. So
Okay.
so what you're doing is you're trying to put patches on a sinking ship right now, when the ship needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. This is what I've been trying to say from the beginning. The whole system of Newark itself and all the politicians do not comprehend what a solid foundation is, and they're building on sand. And the thing is, when you have no revenue coming in, zero revenue coming in, how are you supposed to keep borrowing money from the state? We had a $78 million surplus at the end of 2022. We squandered that. Got a $56 million loan from the state of New Jersey. We squandered that. We got another couple $1 million a loan from the state of New Jersey. Blew that up. Do we keep going down this route and saying this is the way to fix low income housing? No. We need to, first of all, stop the hemorrhaging and start building a revenue. We're the greatest city in America, literally the greatest city. Not New York can't touch us. New York gets the accolades, but New York doesn't have what Newark has. They don't have the amazing airport, and the ports and everything here in one area, and we are not capitalizing on this. Think about this. This tariff thing that's coming in. This is the best thing that's ever going to happen to Newark if we learn how to draw people from that to our city. We have right now, Port Authority owes Newark $100 billion in rent, right?
Right.
So you want to know how I'm going to do for the low income? We're not going to sue Port Authority. We're going to sue the attorneys that have represented the city of Newark.
Wow.
I was thinking.
Why is that? Let me explain to you why. You have a house that's worth $1 million. You go to sell your house, and you are trusting your attorney. You are trusting your real estate agent. Both of those agencies have taken an oath to maintain a fiduciary duty to their client. I'm going to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the attorney for the city of Newark did not maintain the fiduciary duty to look out for the best interests of the city of Newark. Once we win that, and we're going to sue that attorney, we're going to sue our attorney. Now we're going to take and we're going to sue Port Authority, showing that the deal that was conspired by Phil Murphy, Joe DiVincenzo, and Ross Baraka was not in the interest. Allegedly.
My man. Hey, look, man, you gotta hold some of this tea for tomorrow, man.
Absolutely.
I mean,
let me be in order. Let me be in the background.
Yeah, but
most of y'all coming back, the week before the election.
When I get in, I promise you this. When I get in the office, I'm gonna get in. You're gonna see something. You're gonna see a miracle from God Himself. It's gonna put me in awe. I'm gonna tell you why. When you got a brain like mine, you can't hold a person like me back. My son, my kids who became who they are because of what I taught them. Your students became who they are because of the man that you are. You were just saying, I wish I hope the kids that I teach become better than the kids of my own.
Yeah.
And you made that's the most powerful statement I ever heard a man ever say.
Yeah.
You know, that's
I
a
didn't get right with yours.
That's deep
Whatever I
opening.
didn't get
That was
right with
deep
mine,
opening.
I'm damn sure gonna get right with yours.
yes, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I got to write that
That's
down, or
deep.
you got to text it to me because
That's deep.
that's one of the
That's
most
deep.
powerful statements I ever
That's deep.
to hear a man say, particularly for children who are not his.
Yeah.
And here you are literally setting the basis of what our cities to be built on. Men taking care of those who are not theirs.
But
And we need to
but
carry
Milk,
this
Milk,
mindset that
Milk,
all
Milk, I
children
gotta
belong
chime
to
in.
us,
Milk,
blood or
I
Hey,
gotta
not.
Milk,
chime
hey,
in on
Noble,
that.
I want to get Jimmy
Yeah.
in here real quick.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you can't hear him,
Yeah,
but go
just
ahead,
want to
Jimmy.
chime in. I just want to
I
chime
wish I
in.
could hear Jim. Man. I don't know what
Even
happened
though the
here.
kids,
Let me see if
even though the kid's not his, even
I
though
don't
the
think I
kid's
did
not
anything on
his.
my end.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead,
I'm
go ahead,
talking
Jimmy.
now, Milk.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead, my man. Go
God,
ahead.
even though the kid's not his.
I
There's
wish I could hear
somehow,
Jim,
sometimes,
man.
what
Hold
you'll
on, Noble.
find,
Let him go. Go ahead, bro.
what you'll find is that you're gonna find some type of relationship, either blood, or old friend or nephew of. A lot of times, especially with schools and kids, because I know I found it with being a law enforcement officer. Because a lot of times you look at, I look at the kids like, yo, you look like my little nephew. You look like, man, damn, you like my cousin. You know, and a lot of times with that being said, you treat people differently. And going
Mm,
back to, I would make a more, and going back to the first question that was posed by Felicia, it has to be a more income-based situation, a real income-based situation, you know, as far as a rent and affordability. If we buy, because the houses, some of the houses you see they put up is not the most well-built homes. Let's be honest. A lot of wood and fluff and banner. But
mm.
when you look at the affordability of it, a lot of them are overpriced. But what we're going to try to do, and the effort we're going to try to make, is come from renters to homeowners. And I
Mm.
think that's going to help out a lot. Even if we go townhouses, co-ops, we got to look. We're looking into certain programs to help that out, and linking up with certain banks to make sure we can make that happen. You know,
All
and then
right.
there's also a program I'm doing. Um, I call CAP, but it's only a comprehensive apprenticeship program for the kids.
Okay. Hey, one of the
For the
things,
kids.
man, one of the things that, and I hope both of you hear me as we get ready to wrap up for the evening, man. I think we also need to look in starting a municipal credit union. Different avenues of lendership that could avail itself to our residents. We have the housing authority, the school board, we have the municipal budget. There are different avenues we could take to invest in a municipal credit union, even if we put a couple of the different payroll departments budget in that system to try to facilitate, wealth management and things of that nature. Walaikum salam, as I say here. Good to see you. So at the end of the day, there are, besides all these different investment corporations and all of these different things that have been used over the years to embezzle or facilitate ubiquitous transactions. I think we need to develop and invest in something hardcore with regards to that will have a real benefit for the citizens, because as you can see, tax abatements don't work. There's no real benefit for the citizens there. Pilots, I'm really getting into that and I'm researching that, and hopefully I reached out to somebody. I hope that they're able to come on and we can just do a show about that, the pilot programs or payments in lieu of taxes. And how they really may help the municipality or the township or the borough, but then they hurt the other services that are going on with regards to the city or township, borough, or municipality. So I appreciate both of you gentlemen hopping on here with me this evening, man. I appreciate that. Noble, you must be CIA, man, because how the hell how did you get the link, man?
I see everything.
Oh, damn,
I got those raw eyes.
I'm about to call StreamYard, man. How the hell you get the just saying, but Noble, you know, I'm gonna reach out to you tomorrow so I can get everything I need.
Yes, indeed, man.
I'll send you the link. It'll be at 7 tomorrow.
Perfect.
Noble Milton will be on with me tomorrow on Voice of the People United as we start the rebrand showcase. Like I said, I'm going to bring out all the heavy hitters. Wednesday, I'll be speaking with Sheila Montague. I'll be speaking with everybody. And quite naturally, you know, my persuasion and my perspective, I will be rounding out hard with Councilwoman Gail Chaneyfield Jenkins. This entire world knows I love. So, you know, there's no question there. So, brothers, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your candor. Jimmy, we gotta get together to reschedule. And remember, I'll be speaking with everybody that's running that's willing to come on. So
Okay.
And they're gonna get the same treatment you got. They're gonna get the same sauce you got. So Jimmy, I look forward to having you back the week before the election. Noble, we're gonna get together tomorrow morning, and you'll have the link and everything and you need for tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And we'll go from there, man. And I thank you for helping me relaunch the show. I've had 2 interesting days. My weekend has been interesting. Like I said, I had Alex Zidane on yesterday. I'm in a very candid conversation show, and I look to continue going forward and bringing this type of journalism.
I just want to say about one thing about Jim. Jim, you are my man. You know, so I'm behind him, and the reason why is because I know the man's work. I know the man's work for a long time, and I really got on the show just to say, people don't know him from the heart. They know him from the street and from his work with the city. But I know him from the heart, and he was actually he worked with my family in the past. So you see a man, and you know his work ethic. If he can maintain that what he did in the past and apply that to the city, he's going to be a great leader for the West. So that's what we need right there. So Jim, you're the man.
All right. Well, everybody has to go out.
2C, West Ward, 2C. 2C.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anton.
You know, let me find out it's a gang sign. I'm gonna get shot. I saw your gang signs. You grip.
Yo, they funny. My name is Anton Wheeler, your host of Voice of the People United Community Forum. I thank you for joining me this weekend for the relaunch of the show. Thank you to Alex Zidane for coming on yesterday. Thank you for Jimmy McCoy having this exclusive, and then Noble jumping it, man. Noble CIA Milton jumping into the because I don't know how the hell he got the link, because I try to protect my members or whatever, but it's okay. Jimmy didn't mind. Jimmy was, glad he was able to show up. And Noble gonna bring a whole lot of tea tomorrow for our 40 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour. So he I need him to save some of that tea. I need him to save some of that tea for tomorrow night. Because I'm gonna get my
cup ready. It's all here.
Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'll be speaking with James Ward. He's running for South Ward Councilman in the city of Orange. On Wednesday, I'll be speaking at 8 p.m. I'll be speaking with Sheila Montague. She's also running for mayor to get her, take on, her candidacy and why she's running and how she believes she can help Newark. And for the rest of the week, we'll be filling everything out. And once again, I appreciate every one of you who agreed to interviews, every one of you who have come back out to help me relaunch the show. I thank and I'm grateful. And all I want to say to you guys is God bless you all. Have a great evening and have a good night.
All right,
thank you, Will. Thank you, bro.
All right.
Minerva, what's up? What up, Minerva?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yo, thank you. Noble.
Brady.
I got Noble.
all the love in the heart, man.
Right. Hey, you take care, bro.
Take care, bro. See you soon. Take care, man.
All right. All right.
Right.